Dozens of demonstrators filled the streets of downtown Naperville on Tuesday to protest actions made by the Trump administration, including federal budget cuts and moves to dismantle the Department of Education. People of all ages gathered at the Old Stone Church on Washington Street for the No Taxes for Tyrants rally organized by Indivisible Naperville.
Tonight we are allowing for our community to come together to speak up about the cuts to the agencies and departments of our federal government. Just wholesale demolition of so many agencies. I'm a retired teacher. To see the Department of Education simply disappear and funding for programs that are so vital for students just are up for grabs now. We don't know where they're going to go. That's important to me.
Demonstrators also protested against the new Department of Government Efficiency led by Elon Musk, as well as the recent rollback of DEI initiatives, voicing concerns about several programs.
The big cuts are going to come to Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security.
Among those at the rally were Illinois Senator Laura Ellman and Congressman Bill Foster, both of whom delivered speeches showing their support and encouraging people to vote in future elections.
The next big milestone is 2 years from now in the next election. Well, we have to take back control at least of the U.S. House and ideally the U.S. Senate.
Other speakers included Senator Karina Villa, Kyle Stern of the West Suburban Teachers Union, and Colin Kramer of the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, a union steward representing the EPA Workers United. Kramer, a quality assurance officer, emphasized the importance of his organization's work, particularly its efforts to limit pollution and protect the environment. He warned that weakening the agency could have serious consequences for communities across the country.
Even if you don't immediately feel the effects, we're out there in communities making sure you're safe both at home and all around. If we don't have the EPA, it's going to be a lot harder to do this work.
Earlier this year, EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin announced plans to reduce the organization's spending in alignment with DOJ's efforts to cut government costs, a move that is also expected to include employee layoffs. Kevin Coyne, chairman of the DuPage County GOP, says cuts like these are needed and ultimately beneficial.
I think what I've heard Elon Musk say is that he's looking to cut $1 trillion out of the federal government, and I know they're working toward that number, and with that lower amount of expenditure, ultimately there should be less debt, there should be less tax needs from the government, and I think that's where the benefit will pay off.
He also noted that recent Tesla protests in Lisle and the march on Tuesday do more harm than good.
I have to think that intimidated customers, it probably certainly intimidated employees. To what end? So you can stand out there and act like a bunch of fools yelling at a building? Well, what was achieved by that? Absolutely nothing. I don't think it compelled anybody their way to do that. I don't think this protest will be any more effective.
But McGuire says she believes their actions can bring change.
There are protests in every little community across this state, across this nation. We're one of many. And the idea that there's unrest and discontent and dissatisfaction with the Trump administration needs to spread all over the nation.
For Naperville News 17, I'm Anuliko Chuba.